Really good.
Oh, fuck. Do I look okay?
You nervous?
Yes, of course I am.
You got this.
Yes, it has the best name ever, Kief Haze. Please give it up for Kief Haze.
I am a biological female dressed up as the opposite sex. That can be less appealing because women are supposed to be beautiful and women are supposed to be all of these things. I think there's this weird thing in society where biological females are put in this box and told they can only do certain things.
I think because women can dress like a guy and wear jeans and a flannel and they, that's like normal fashion, but men can't wear skirts and men can't wear dresses in traditional society. So to me, it's like people can wear whatever the fuck they want.
I really wanted to play at the silliness that you can have with drag names. A lot of drag queen names are puns, but I liked the name Kief Haze just because I thought it would be funny to have this like laid back, partying, stoner kind of character who doesn't really give a fuck.
My character is very colorful and weird, very much inspired by like club kids, anything like psychedelic and trippy stuff, just like anything really like colorful and gaudy. Like I just love that kind of stuff. I try to be funny, but I'm not, and like I think I'm cool, but I'm not. Like just like tries too hard almost. I started doing drag 14 months ago, and I was photographing a lot of drag shows for Kaylee/Salem and a couple of our other friends, and I was kind of like, man, I like the crowd's attention's on me and stuff. I was like, I want to do that. So then later I went out with Salem and Bika, and they helped me get makeup, and I went at it.
I've always been a fan of drag since I found out what it was. What got me personally into drag was Rachel Britton was putting on a show called Art is a Drag, and it was an art exhibit. And for the show, Rachel came out and did male drag. It came out as a drag king. It was up until that moment that I had just like I knew about drag kings, but I never thought anything of it. And then when I saw Rachel, I was just like, I can do that too.
Kaylee wanted to do an exhibition about drag transformation and doing multiple faces with different makeup. It started off with Kaylee just like doing makeup, and I would photograph it like every maybe once a week. After we exhibited in Calder last February, and I started doing my makeup like really well at that point, that's when I was like, okay, I gotta get in on this. So then we both kind of started teaming up and doing that together. I know Kaylee says, don't do drag if you're trying to do it for the money, because it's really fucking expensive, which I agree.
It costs money to pretty much do anything. It costs money to make a costume, it costs money to get makeup, to do a face. It costs money for wigs if you're gonna use wigs. It costs money to style your hair if you're gonna dye your hair like I do. It all costs money, it all comes down to money. And it's harder to get to those positions where clubs or venues will actually pay you. A lot of amateurs, you're not given those opportunities. You get opportunities like amateur shows, which are pretty much, you don't get paid by the venue or the club or anything like that. You don't get paid by anybody except the audience who's giving you like singles or maybe a 5. Professional drag queens, like that's their job. They get paid to go to venues and perform and do their show and do shows with other drag queens as a tour. In order to do that, you have to be doing drag like all day, every day of your life.
Like, there's definitely more drag queens than there are drag kings. The main population of the gay community is men, so I feel like there's more drag queens because of that.
There are professional drag kings, but even the ones that I see on social media that what I would consider to be the most well-known still work a day job. Spiky Van Dyke's been there for a little while, but I also see pictures on their Instagram still of them working at Starbucks. And it's just interesting to see that, like, if that's one of the maybe the more well-known kings, at least social media-wise, still has a day job, that really kind of says something between that and the drag queens that can go around the world and do drag and not have to worry about calling in because of work sick. I think right now my first drag experience is my favorite, mostly because it's my first. It was such a rush that I was not expecting. As I was getting ready, it kind of sank in of like, holy shit, you're about to go and perform for the first time, doing this in front of people. It was just so nerve-wracking at first, and then I got out there and I heard the music and I heard the people cheering, and I just kind of like danced and really played up the character, and everybody really enjoyed it, and I got such a great reaction that that was all I could think of, was like, I can't wait to do this more. Drag is something, at least for me, I do in my free time and I do as a creative outlet to express myself. If I'm having kind of a crappy week, maybe there's a day where I'll sit down and I'll put on a face and I'll just perform in my room by myself, practicing more of a serious song or a serious bit. And other days where I'm feeling like super happy, I'll throw on my tie-dye shirt and my denim jacket and I'll just party in my room. Why did you get drag?
Fuck. I feel obligated to. At least for me, it's not something I feel like I can stop, especially with like the momentum of our Art as a Drag series. I don't feel like I can just kind of like give up, but I guess I do it because it's really fun and I like being able to like express this really like masculine side of me, because like normally I like just try to like, I'm just very like gender neutral like in everyday life. So then in drag I get to like just wear like all the crazy shit that I want, and like I don't feel weird about it, and I can like wear all these like fun accessories and stuff, and I don't feel like weird being able to express that, I guess. So I guess I do drag because it's just fun and it makes me feel very free. Yeah.
At the heart of it all, why more people don't do it is just a lack of exposure to it. Social media really helps. Instagram has been a huge benefit for a lot of kings. I think drag kings are starting to really make themselves known, and I think it's mostly because like drag in general has reached this pivotal spotlight point where it's very much in the public eye. I think kings in general are trying to show that like, hey, drag queens are here, but so are kings, and that's equally as important.
We are the vanquished foes of the meadow. We try